Hey everyone, so I thought I'd take a few minutes today and talk about the gauges on these old two-cylinder John Deeres. So my expertise, I wouldn't even call it expertise, my knowledge base, excuse me, is of course in these letter series because that's kind of what I've dealt with, but haven't gotten really any comments on them. I don't think, but you used to see them more on the message boards. So these I can self-identify as basically cheap gauges, knowing because they're on a letter series tractor and they have this black around them. So I guarantee you someone didn't pay very much for them, or if they did, they overpaid and they were markups, because any of the earlier tractors that have this black rim, it tells me they're low quality. Um, if you ever want quality, the place to go, and I'm saying this not because I'm sponsored by him or being paid by any means, but truly the source for quality gauges is Evergreen Restoration. I actually have their card here. So Jerry Trecca, he has done a lot of research, um, and he knows what faces to put on them because they did change a little bit, over the years, depending on the tractor and things like that. That he will get you high quality gauges that are calibrated and everything. I actually have, so this tractor is not, this one actually goes on my B, because I have purchased sets from Jerry for my B and my G. I hadn't replaced this one yet on my B. I need to. But you can always pretty much identify them because he has taken the time to paint the outside rim of the gauge green, which would have been, I guess, original. A lot of people ask, well, white face versus black face gauges. White face was original all the way up until, I apologize, I'd have to look it up, somewhere around, like, I think somewhere in the 50s, so 51, 52, somewhere in there, they changed. But so anything below that time would be a white face gauge. And then, like I said, you'll see that Jerry will take the time that he asked for your serial number and will get you the right gauge and the right face for it, for your serial number. They're not cheap. I struggled with my B. I initially bought the cheap ones and just wasn't happy with them. My oil pressure gauge, I had the cheap one on the B, and then I ended up buying a set from Jerry. And so the cheap one read that I was good on oil pressure between medium and high. When I put Jerry's on, which again is, he calibrates them, it's showing way high now, and I actually need to turn down the oil pressure. So I'm a big believer in Evergreen Restorations gauges. So if you ever, want a high quality gauge, or for it to look factory original, if you're going to that level on your tractor, I would certainly go to his business. And if you don't, if you want to go with the cheap ones, I mean, that's on you. That's your choice. But sometimes I get asked, where I get parts and things like that. But gauges are where it's mainly just the one source. Don't get them from like Steiner or anything like that. They're the same ones from China. These are USA made, as it says on his card. And yeah, I can't really talk highly of him. And everyone else on the message boards do too. So don't be afraid to go to them for gauges. And also, on a side note, they do steering wheel like recoveries. Let me take a walk over to my G, and I'll show you one I believe that was done by him. Okay, so on the old G here, this steering wheel here has actually been, the rubber has been recoated, and that was done by Jerry. He bought the molds when another company went out of business. He bought the molds to do steering wheel like recovery of the rubber on them. So he will bring this back to original. It won't be like a hard plastic like some of the replacements. So if you want to reuse your steering wheel, and it's all weathered and cracked and whatever, you can send him your steering wheel, or you can just buy him buy one from him, but it'll be completely like new. Again, beautiful job. So I have gotten a couple from him on that. Again, not cheap, but and that's where it's all up to you and what kind of restoration you're doing or wanting. But yeah, you can get the rubber recoated also from Jerry. So that's all I had. Jerry does also do like later style gauges. I guess so. There's the gauges on my G here. But yeah, he covers different brands even other than John Deere. So I just recommend him. If you have questions, he can help you out better than anyone else, and he would have the answers. So all right, everyone, give me a thumbs up. Hopefully you learned something, or let me know if any of you guys have used evergreen restoration for your gauges and what you think, and let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about. So talk to y'all later.